Hi everybody, this is Miss Cox, and I'm trying out the Flower Grower Challenge, which has been quite the challenge for most of my students, and honestly, also me. I've been struggling with this a little bit too, so let's take a look at it together. It says, first, we need to add more flowers. This program creates two flowers. We have a tulip and a sunflower type, and the grow method makes them change height when you click. Play around, see how it works, and then edit the draw scene method to add another tulip and another sunflower. That is a lot of stuff, and if you look down here, this is a lot of code. So the first thing we want to do is kind of figure out what this code is saying. So first off, this tulip up here, this is the object type for the tulip. And remember, object types are kind of like the general object that we're using. So this is like the general tulip. And then we've got the tulip prototype.draw. This is the method. And remember, methods are those things that do something. Like you can have a draw method. You could have we could call this shrink, and we could tell it to shrink. But this is specifically, I'll put draw method. So we'll need that later. It looks like we've got triangle, triangle, triangle. I'm gonna say that's this tulip, right? Because it actually does say tulip, so I was being silly. So this is the draw method for tulip. Okay, so this is the tulip expanding, I think. And it looks like it's expanding how? It looks like it's changing some of the height items here. I'm going to ignore that for now and just figure it draws it and makes it grow. We'll go with that. Let's try this. Tulip prototype grow by. Okay, so this time, this dot height. So we've got height plus amount. So this is where we choose how much it's growing. Okay, so that's important. So we're going to want to set how much it's growing here for this draw method. And then we've got var sunflower. Okay, this is the sunflower object type. Okay, then we've got, this is the sunflower method, or the sunflower draw method. Okay, then we've got the growth. I won't leave a note here. I think this makes sense to me now. And then down here we've got, we're actually making a tulip variable, and this is actually where we're creating this tulip. We're basically creating where it's going to be. So remember x, y, and height. So this is where we're setting up the x, y, and height. And then draw scene is where you actually draw the tulip and the sunflower. Okay. Now, what this is basically saying, and then we can, and if you click on them, they grow. Exciting! Hey, what the heck? That one grows faster. Stupid sunflower. All right, so let me scroll back up. It wants me to, so now that I kind of see how it works, it wants me to edit the draw scene method and add another tulip and another sunflower. So here, we've got var tulip. We've got a tulip created here. Let's create another one. Var tulip 2. I'll call it 2 so I know it's the second one. I'll call it new tulip because we're using the tulip object type. And we're going to give it some dimensions. Let's say it starts at, I think this one starts at like 39, 390. That's where it's starting to grow. So let me set this one to grow over here. So maybe like 300, 390. And I'll have it be tiny. How about like 50? Now, you'll notice it didn't grow because I haven't told it to grow yet. So this is the part that's in the draw scene. So here I said tulip.draw, but I also need to have tulip2draw now. 2.draw. Oh, there's my second tulip. Magic. Now I just need to do the same thing for a sunflower. So I'm going to create a second sunflower. Var sunflower2 equals new sunflower. And this is where I'm going to set where this one's going to be. Let's say I want this sunflower to be right next to the tulip over here, so maybe at like 350. 390. It looks like all of these were setting at 390. And then let's make this one pretty big. And then once again, remember, we haven't told it to draw it yet. We just created it. So now down here, let's tell it to draw it. Sunflower2.draw. Ta-da! Now I've got my 4 flowers. That's great. That's the first step of 6. I'm going to pause the video here, and I will start the next part on the next video.